Pandas, 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 pandas. Good morning, pandas. Welcome to my stream. I'm glad that you guys are here. Good morning, guys. Adashi Marty, thanks for becoming Panda. I do appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Enjoy your green name. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badge as it forms over time. Enjoy your Panda emoticons. Enjoy the pre-market show. Dylan Lowe, good morning. Latrell, good morning. Kevin Mack, good morning. Day trading like a predator, good morning. Keto, good morning. Dashi, good morning. Wayne Bicknell, good morning. Shannon, good morning. Good afternoon from my office cubicle in London. Sneaking some bye-bye money. Oh, I do appreciate it. What an honor. Speedy boy, good morning from London. A lot of people from Great Britain, huh? Speedy boy. Speedy boy, actually I didn't know you're from London. You probably said it a million times, but I didn't realize it. PK Futures, good morning. Kid Poker from New Jersey, the armpit of America. Let's go. Mike Thompson. Frank Angelo, good morning. Vlad the Great, Kellyanne, Raphael, S. Doc, Shannon, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Big trading range. If you look at the higher time frames, trading range, basically since yesterday, we've been in this trading range on 10,000 tick chart. 1, 2, 3 hits. I mean, we bounced off the top, coming back to the bottom, so I don't know how long this trading range is going to last for. The fact that we bounced off yesterday's high like this and failed to break through it and have no follow through and reversing kind of makes me feel like on the daily chart we might have a pause bar or we might have a pullback back to the 20 MA. All things are, not out of the realm of possibilities. Very common things to happen. Good morning, guys. Good morning. How hot is London right now? What's the temp at London? 40 degrees Celsius? Is that what it is? A 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Was it times 2 plus 32? Kind of times 9.99 and 9 and 5th. What's 9 over 5? That's 1.2 or 1.8. You multiply by 1.8 plus 32. That's some hard math to do in your head. I guess essentially just multiply by 2. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Yeah, Arizona was hitting 110. There was like a viral video of this UPS driver fainting while delivering a package, and it's crazy because I didn't know UPS trucks, those big brown trucks that drive around, deliver your packages. They do not have air conditioning. That is wild. That is wild. I mean, that is inhumane, especially if you're in Arizona. Ken, have you ever considered adding a monthly for your indicator? No, I haven't. I feel like most people who try the indicator, they just like the full purchase. But maybe I can add it. I don't know. Frank Angels, I was a UPS driver before I blew out my knee. I've been taken away by ambulance for heat exhaustion. Goodness. Goodness. That is why we trade, pandas. That's why we like to trade in the comfort of our own air-conditioned bamboo huts. We love it. Pretty strong move down here. I mean, I'm expecting to hit the bottom of this blue box. But, I mean, quite a move up. Makes the measure move, essentially, and comes back down into the blue box. The thing is, yesterday's close, we're right on it. So, it's kind of like 50-50 to me. I don't know which way we're going to go. We're just basically right where we started after yesterday ended. So, yesterday ended here and right back where it is around the market open. So, I mean, we could have a trading range day today, which I wouldn't be surprised if we do. Again, the higher time frame, the trading range is marked here. The 5-minute chart actually has a large trading range as well. Very large. Similar to the 10K chart. Except we're including these swing highs as part of the trading range. Can we get a quick chart check, pandas? Howard says, at least they get to wear shorts. What a privilege. Frank Angel says, we do have AC. It's called two open doors. Two doors open. I honestly, I didn't even know you can close those doors. I've never seen them closed before. So I thought they're just big open spots. I guess maybe in the wintertime you would want them closed. But that's crazy. I would be dripping in sweat. And the clothes that they make them wear is like, it's not like they're very comfortable either, I don't think. They need to start making like dry fit UPS outfits. Market's about to open in 1 minute here. Pandas, quick chart check. Let me know if our charts are similar. I'm at 2000 tick chart. Market just opened. Let's get that bamboo. Appreciate the chart check. I mean, we're in a downtrend right now, and looking for a new low most likely, but we're bouncing off yesterday's close. We're basically between yesterday's close and yesterday's high. We may create a range here. Who knows? We have a trap here doing a double bottom. We're breaking that. I want to draw the range here on this chart, the one that is on the 10K chart. 347, then 397, 25. All right, this is the range. This blue box is the range on the 10,000 tick chart. The same range. I'm just drawing on the 2,000 tick chart. Creating a range at yesterday's low or close, sorry. There's a panda on my chart. Yeah, if you guys don't see a panda on your chart, then your Ninja Trader's messed up. I saw a one of you guys say that there was an update on Ninja Trader. That has to do with rhythmic. Pandas. You know, it's weird. I mean, it's just wildly inconsistent. I have 111 concurrent viewers right now, and it's just strange. Sometimes I have 111, sometimes I'll have like 200. You know, more than 200. It's just so inconsistent. I don't know if it's an algo thing. Usually I'll have more than this. This is complete chop right now, but we're clearly underneath the 20 EMA, and I'm just sitting on my pause. I need price action to be a little more clear for me to trade something tradable. I mean, there's a reason why this is happening. It's just, but not tradable, in my opinion. Could be a failed breakout here. It could be first break of trend as well. First break of trend, maybe looking for a new low now. But we're also bouncing off of support, which is yesterday's close. This could be a failed breakout of this trading range. It's just not enough room. Just not enough room to make a point on this trading range. If you want to fade that trading range to come back to the bottom of it, it's just not enough room to scalp. So it just had failed breakout back into the trading range. We could have a failed breakdown now back into the trading range. Could be a possibility here. Shell Santai says 100 of us love you consistently. Let's go, baby. Such kind words. Bad J asks, where do you go after morning trading session? Yes, I work full time. Plan is to work full time until I don't have to anymore. Boy, oh boy. Two-legged pullback, but it's way too choppy. And basically, essentially, but it's right off the 20 MA. It's just terrible signal bar. It's going the direction of the original trend, looking for that new low, which is what we got. It's just a hard trade to take, in my opinion. The signal bar itself is just so bad. It's hard for me to go, to go with this signal bar. Basically hitting the bottom of this trading range. You see on the 10,000 tick chart? From the bottom to the top, back to the bottom, back to the top, back to the bottom, back to the top, back to the bottom. So this trading range here has been marked on the trading range indicator 10,000 tick chart ever since yesterday. And this blue box is basically that transposed onto the 2,000 tick chart. So this blue box, I just drew it on manually. So this could be a reversal spot where we break a trend to new low, and we're also at the bottom of the trading range, and so it's not a place necessarily I would want to go low, short. Sorry, it might be a place where I'll look for a reversal just because the trading range is large enough. We can actually have a reversal pattern, which is essentially fail second entry short, something like this. Three pushes down. Or could be a downtrend from that one out. Being moved down. Notice on 10,000 tick chart, it's a strong bear bar ending near its low. That's signs that it might be a successful breakdown. The probability increases with a bar like that. Oh, pandas, thank you for that. Adam, do appreciate it. I'll change that. Good catch. Good looking at. I believe it's till I don't even know when. I'm just gonna take this off just because. Just because, who knows? Fail second entry short, I would be very tempted to take at this point, just because we're at the bottom trend range plus breakout or break of trend to new low. You know, this is a place where I would look for a reversal, typically, especially in a trading range. We don't trigger that second entry or that second pullback, unfortunately. So that was a higher low setup here, and we essentially lose our. Unfortunately, yeah, we don't. The chances of getting it are pretty slim at this point. It's a big bounce here coming off the bottom of that trading range on the 10,000 tick chart. You know, I would have liked to have seen if this actually triggered like one tick below, creating that first entry, so we can get a second entry up here with a reversal trap trade. So unfortunately, we're not going to get it because that didn't actually tick below the previous candle's low, and that's a trap right there where you got to scalp. So unfortunately, the market is being stingy with the price action. Didn't give us that first entry so we can get a failed second entry short. Right, I was looking for a break below one of these candles, comes up. It's almost it's beautiful price action actually, but it's just the setup's not there because we needed it to break below one of these candles to create that second entry. Instead, it does this. Now to me it's a little too late because this pop up here, since I can see it with my my eyes and just saw it burst up like that, it seems like the trap trade has already completed, and so it is what it is. It's like a hidden trap. Even though all of this is basically like almost just one leg, it's a hidden trap. Which is weird to think about, but yep, that's what it is. And we're hitting our heads on yesterday's close, making this confusing. That's a second entry short right there. It's confusing. But A, B, and it's hidden because it's outside bar reversal, but we get it here. A, B, C, A, hidden second entry short because it actually breaks above, then breaks below, and that will be a trap trade. Another trap trade here, potentially. It's just yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just I'm waiting for my setup, but the setups basically has happened a bunch of times, but basically with outside bar reversals. And so now when this actually does happen, if we do get a failed second entry short, I almost don't want to take it just because we had so many attempts of it already. Like they're all hidden, but they're all there. I mean, you can see it with the price action. So this is a hit. This is a failed second entry short. But for me, I'm not going to take it because we've had so many attempts already. We had 3 attempts. Or this would be a 3rd attempt if it does come up. And I'm just sitting on my paws. I don't like it. So 1 attempt here. And another attempt here. Right? This is another attempt here. Possibly another attempt here. And, I don't like it. To me, it's already failed 2 times. So I'm not going to try it on the 3rd time. We'll just let it happen. I might miss a good trade here. I don't know. It is what it is. Come back to the 20 EMA. Not taking this trade. It's a reversal spot, but like I mentioned, we've already had 2 attempts to do this reversal, and they both failed. So I'm not going to try it again if it fails. I mean, if it attempts again, just because this is the 3rd attempt. I'm sitting on my paws. It does scalp out right there. Actually, nicely staying above the 20 MA like this. Gives you that scalp, quick scalp. Big push up. Like I mentioned, it already had a couple attempts and it failed so many times. This didn't make me want to enter again, but we did stay above the 20 MA. It's a higher low, right? Basically, it's a trap trade. I mean, at the most technical level, it was a it's not even that. It's weird, but it goes A, B, C, A, fails second entry short, reversal. I know it looks weird, but this was outside bar reversal, but you let it finish, and then you finally get the count when it breaks up here. Essentially created a wedge here as well. 1, 2, 3 pushes up. This is why you see the small reversal, spike in channel. It's a small spike in channel, but it is a spike in channel. Something like this. Hard to discern which direction this is. Spike in channel typically. To me, we're still in a big trading range, so we're gonna get some wacky price action within it. Big drop down. Still looking for a new high, but we have a wedge here. Higher time frames, the 20 EMA has been acting as resistance so far. 5-minute chart, also basically playing that trading range, similar trading range. I mean, we're at the bottom of the trading range, so we could go higher here. It's an outside bar reversal. Confusing, right? It's too choppy. No clear direction. No setups. Big push down actually here. If we have a gap, if this gap stays, then this could just be a two-leggy here. A, B, C. Underneath the 20 MA. Big push down. Oof. I don't know, Pandas. I'm just sitting on my pause. I'm not sure what's happening here. Like, I don't know if I would go long here. Underneath the 20 MA. Just enough room to scalp out, though, to the 20 MA. Gives you a scalp right there. I mean, it's not a trade I like to take, just because I don't like to trade the opposite side of the 20 MA typically. I don't know if like I'm looking for a short really. If anything, I'm looking for a new high on this uptrend. Popped up above. Looking for that new high. Like I mentioned, it's not a place I like to go short. It's a place where I'm expecting a new high here. This higher low may be worth taking, but again, it's like we're basically creating a trading range that looks like this now. And it's like trading range into trading range into trading range. So, yeah, a little hard. Little hard, little hard. Difficult. I don't know. Pandas, give me a 1 if you think we're in an uptrend. Give me a 2 if you think we're in a downtrend. Give me a 3 if you think we're in a trading range. In the chat. One uptrend, 2 downtrend, 3 trading range. Creating a 2-leggy here. I may attempt to look for that new high, but this could be a double top here as well. It's just really confusing. We're basically inside bar. It's inside bar. We're basically hovering around yesterday's close. I don't know if I would take that short, but more inclined to go long here for A, B, C. Right, looking for a measure move of some sort of this push up. Do not copy my trades. This is really risky. Do not copy my trades, just because we're in a trading range. But looking for a measure move or something like this. Something like that measure move up here. Looking for that new high still. Let's go, babe. Scalped out. Yeah, looking for that measure move, ABC pattern. Basically attempting to make a new high here. There's a gap right here, currently forming. Potential gap. Ooh, There's actually a 1 tick gap right now. Oh, just filled. Sayonara. Attempt for a new high. We're basically creating a double top now, right? Wedge and an attempt, double top. Might get a 4th push up here, but I'm not sure how high that's gonna go. Basically wedge to double top. Clearly in the above the 20 MA still, but I don't know. It seems like a double top here right now. But you see how the 20 EMA is now acting as support. Let's see if it stays that way. And yeah. Does scalp out right there. It's not really a trade I like. A lower high setup right there. It's another 2-leggy here, but typically you look for the reversal at this point. A, B, C, fail second entry long. Coming back down here. This is what you look for in this spot. Typically. If you're thinking it's a double top, then that's the setup you're looking for. It does scalp out to the long side there. This is very confusing, very choppy. Measure moves about to be hit for those swing traders. So people who try to swing trade this basically will have their stop loss under here. They'll keep it, even maybe down here, and they'll keep it until we hit the measure move. Confusing. Don't really know. Diana says, hey, Pan, how's your first like this stream? Let's go, baby. Appreciate that. Fernando 4, only Michael Chin knows. It's true. You know, why need to learn how to trade when you can just ask Michael Chin?
$10,000 tick trap.
10,000 tick trap. You guys like that? Got a trap appearing here. Why is this a trap? Because A, B, C, second entry short makes less than 2 points. And we have a potential reversal here to come back up to the top of the trading range. But looking at the price action right now, it's too choppy for me to really discern what's going to happen. I just don't know. I simply don't know. The only thing I know right now is that I don't know, which means that I'm setting my pause. Incredible. Another push up. Attempt to make that measure move. That's just really tricky. Finally makes the measure move. Also trap triggers on 10,000 tick chart. As you can see here. Like we were down here when I was looking at it and it came all the way back up. Most likely going to hit back to the top of the trading range. I mean, price action says so. I mean, according to the price action, that's what it seems like. Which is the top of this blue box. But we're right in the middle of this trading range now, and it's hard to say. We got trap trade to the long side on the 2,000 tick chart. Too far away from 20 MA, but you can have some credence to enter it just because we broke above. It's basically a retest, right? Breakout, retest. One basically tries to come back down. Could have a strong push up here. I'm sitting in my pause just because it's far away from 20 May. And I'm trying to stick to the rules here, but this could push back up to the top of the trading range here. Big push up. See, hard to take that just because we're far away from 20 May, but that's a fail second entry short, right? Breakout, retest. So A, B, C, second entry short. That fails, reverses, pushes up, and typically those traps are very strong. This one happens to bounce off, right after a breakout, retest, bounce high. I wish it was closer to 20 MA. I would have taken that. So we got a super strong push up. Just cannot partake just because you want to stick to the rules. Best futures funded program, Apex. You can look at the pin message, also the description below. Apex is the best funded account. Best prop firm, in my opinion. Their rules, their pricing, the products they have, the support that they give, their reliability. The only problem I've had with them so far is like sometimes Rhythmic will if you guys never traded, the way that Apex keeps track of all your trades, it goes through Rhythmic, and I believe Rhythmic is probably a broker, and you trade through them, and so they keep track of all your trades. And yeah, and sometimes Rhythmic, and the thing is, it's not really Apex's fault. It's Rhythmic's fault really at the end, but it's like, because a lot of prop firms use Rhythmic. Apex is not the only one, but that's the one they chose to use, and sometimes it gets a little wonky. Sometimes you can't log in. Sometimes you can't move your trades, and there's a lot of Rhythmic is a data broker, exactly. Near the top of this trading range, and we're getting a two-leggy now, but it might be too late to really take advantage of this two-legged pullback. When you're in trading range, you should basically be expecting reversals. Do I like this two-leggy here? Give me a 1 if you like it. Give me 2 if you don't like it. Give me 3 if you're going to trade the reversal of it. But potential two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA. Would you go long? Give me a 1 if you go long here. If we get two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA, would you go long here? Put a 1 in the chat. It doesn't look like we're going to get it. Looks like it's going to go on without us. But guess where we are? We're almost back to the top of the trading range. And the 10,000 tick chart, the trading range indicator here, right? The only price action trading range indicator out there that I know. Potential comes back to the top. Being really stingy here. It's not giving us that second pullback for the second entry. It keeps going one tick above. That means people are buying with limit orders, thinking, you know, we're most likely going to hit this target, so I'm just coming with limit orders. I don't want to miss that move up back to the top here. We finally do trigger that second pullback, but it's a little far away from 20 MA. Plus getting very choppy here. It sometimes will take a while, but it might wait for the 20 MA to catch up to it. But that's a two-legged pullback, and the second entry is about to trigger with this terrible chop here. Not enough room to from the top of these pivots. Gonna set my pause here. You know, again, not a good setup, but it is a two-legged pullback. Terrible signal bar as well. Yeah, the see, that's why you don't take those, right? Because you wouldn't even be able to really scalp out. You could scalp at one point there, but now we're getting actually two-leggy. Actually, this is the first leg, but fail second entry short. Fail second entry short off the 20 MA. 1, 2, 3 attempts to break out here. This is tough. I don't know if I would like this. Bounce off the 20 MA, coming back into our trading range. Maybe if we have enough room to the top of the trading range, I'll take it. But seeing how we already have 1, 2, 3 failures here. It's risky. It's risky. Inside bar. I'm just sitting on my pause. I don't know what's happening. Nice push up. Ends up giving you a scalp. I just didn't like the inside bar. It's above the 20 MA. Staying above the 20 MA. It's also failed second entry short. Finally comes, and the 10,000 tick is obviously creating traps here. And we're back at the top of the trading range. So 10,000 tick chart. When we were down here, you're probably wondering this trading range is no longer valid. But bottom of the trading range, back to the top of the trading range. 10,000 tick chart. Absolutely amazing. You know, if you had a swing trade from here to up here, then you're done for the day, maybe even for the week. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23-point swing. Absolutely incredible. Bottom of the trading range to the top of the trading range. Now we're bouncing off the top of the trading range. Pretty strongly here. Bouncing at the top of the trading range. Are we gonna come back to the bottom of the trading range? Because that'd be wild. That'll be really wild. That's what happens right now. Goodness. Oh my god. If we go from the top back to the bottom of the trading range, that's absolutely incredible. I'll take a trap trade here. I'll take a failed second entry long. Give me a failed second entry long. I'll take it. Big signal bar if you want to go long here. I'll take a failed second entry long if you'll give it to me. A, B, C. Second entry long. Failure. Potentially. Market's being stingy. It's not giving us that second entry long to trade the trap. So if it triggers below here, it couldn't go without us. Probably to yesterday's close again. But yeah. I'm waiting for my setup. I'm waiting for the setup to come to me. I'm not chasing anything. Don't forget to scalp that like button. Helps out this channel out a lot. We're so close to 10k subs, pandas. We'll have a 10k sub special. Just, you know, it's a way I can give back to the community here. Oh, pandas, like I mentioned, it's just being so stingy. It didn't give us the setup that we wanted, which was a failed second entry long, and then reversal, and it just happened without us. So it is what it is. So unfortunate. Setup doesn't come, even though we were reading this price action pretty well, thinking that we're probably going to reverse back to yesterday's close, but it didn't give us our setup. Right? We needed a break above a previous candle's high to create the second entry long so it can fail, and we'll have taken that reversal. It's just unfortunate the market's being stingy, not giving us our setups, not giving us our setup even here. Oh, it actually gave us a setup here, which I took, right? But even in this area, it didn't give us the setup that we wanted. Absolutely incredible. Top of the trading range, back to the bottom of the trading range. How incredible is this, pandas? Bottom to the top, back to the bottom. I mean, if you want to talk about a trading range indicator that is accurate, show me one that can do this. Show me any indicator out there that can actually mark these bounds like that. I don't know any. The reason being is because this is the only one that actually uses price action to identify these trading ranges. It's an absolutely incredible move. I wish I could have got a piece of it. Like I was saying, I wanted my setup, but it didn't come. It just didn't come to me. Like I needed it to break above a previous candle's high so I can trade that trap, but it never happened. Like I mentioned, the moment it broke below this candle here, basically people were eager and took it as a trap and reversed it. We're back to the bottom of the trading range, pandas. Top to the bottom, absolutely incredible how accurate this trading range indicator is. I'm not even trying. Like what I mean is it's just what's happening. You know, it's shilling itself. But the trading range indicator on 10,000 tick chart is very accurate. 3 strong bear bars in a row. Absolutely insane. Almost 1 bar on the 5-minute chart. That's what that was. Absolutely incredible. Oh my, look how accurate it is on the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart basically hits it perfectly here. It's a perfect touch and reverses on the 5-minute chart. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, so Frank Andrews said your setup happened on 1,000 tick chart. So on a smaller time frame, that setup that I was looking for most likely did happen. Because you can see it with the bars A, B, C. You can see it goes up here. Tries to attempt to do one more pullback for entry, and then reverses. But you know, I was just waiting for my setup. Man, if it goes back up to the top of this trading range, pandas, this is like one of those, you know, 3% days where it just hits it perfectly back and forth. And I mean, look how strong this push is. Maybe it might come back to the top of the trading range. I don't know. It's just absolutely incredible, though, this trading range. It's kind of annoying because I keep extending it because it's so long. Actually, a trap trade, but bouncing off the bottom of trading range, not something you typically want to trade against. When your supports act as supports and your resistances act as resistances, typically you want to respect them. You don't want to fade them. You know, I mean, you don't want to trade against them. This will need a new low, if anything, if we're going to look for a long trade. If you want more information about the indicators, you can go to the website two-leggedpullback.com. The trading range indicator and also the two-legged pullback indicator are both there. In fact, at this point, I would actually like to go short here if I can get a two-leggy. That's just me though. If I can get a two-leggy here, that'd be nice. A, B, C, just because I'm looking for a new low still, or at least a test of this low. But I do recognize we did bounce off the bottom of the trading range quite nicely, so we might be already in an uptrend. And oftentimes, you know, when you're in trading range, you don't get the full major trend reversal setup, which is what I'm looking for. But it'll be nice. I think I would go short here. Look at just how like phobic, 20 EMA phobic the price action is right now. It's missing it by one tick almost every single time. Tries to break out, misses by one tick. That means that means bears are coming in with limit orders basically one tick before it hits the 20 EMA. They're trying to front run it and trying to get in for another short. Seeing this big push down, thinking this is simply just a pullback. And again, we do not get our setup. We just don't get our two-leggy. Give me my setup, please. Yeah, I'm just staring at this, waiting for my setup, and I just need one tick above a previous candle's high, and it just keeps getting knocked down. I just can't get it. Just can't get it. Super frustrating, and it kind of already makes a move, so now it has all these wicks below it, so it looks like it wants to reverse. So I don't know, it's confusing now. But look how phobic it was, right? It just kept one tick below, right? Bears kept going in one tick away, like, you know, right before it touches 20 May, and it's because they want to get in, and that's how so many bears did that. It actually bounced off right there before it even touched it. And again, we don't even get the second entry long here. Or we don't even get the second pullback here. Oh, we finally get it, pandas. A, B, C. Is it possible? Are we actually going to get a second entry short here? Do I like it? Not really, but I'm going to take it. Take whatever the market gives me here. The risk is about not enough room to the bottom of this pivot. It's a lot of things I don't like about this trade right now. Boy, oh boy, it makes a doji bar as well. It triggers and it makes a beautiful scalp. And I don't know what's wrong with this, but it never works on the first try. I always gotta do it twice. Hello? Hello, meme. Where are you? There it is. Tilted. Getting a bounce. Made that new low already, so could reverse here. I'll take a trap. At this point, I'm tilted. Look at this, man. What is this? What is this? Made that new low. Should we expect another reversal? Give me a 1 if you think this trading range will last. Give me a 2 if you think we're going to break down here. Give me another push down. If you think we're going to break down here, this is just a setup to go short. It is a setup, but far away from a 20 MA. And you're banking on a breakdown, which is kind of what looks like what's happening. If you look at the higher time, I'm staring at another chart, and basically it's a two-legged move already. A, B, C, and the trading range is still active on the 10,000 tick chart, maybe hitting the 240 SMA at this point. And we could bounce here, but who knows? Who knows? This is a two-legged move on the 10,000 tick chart. Two-legged, not even a two-legged move, it's a one-legged move on the 5-minute chart. Absolutely incredible. We might actually break down here, and the trading range may be lost. Big push down. It does break trend, make new low, but we could be a breakdown now. We could be in a downtrend at this point. At this point, it's really hard to tell which way you're going to go, but it looks like a strong downtrend, so I'm very eager to go short, but I'm not sure where the setup's going to come from. It might be all first entries from here on out. That could be the case, and you can take your risk with any first entry that comes. What a move. What a move. It certainly looks like it wants to break down. For me, what would confirm it is if we attempt to reverse and the reversal fails, that would be a strong indication we're probably breaking down. And here's a first entry attempt. So if you think this is a strong downtrend, this is an entry that you will want to take if you're very eager to enter this downtrend. And you're expecting it, right? A new low, right? Just keeps making lower highs, lower lows. I'm going to sit on my pause here just because I simply don't know and I don't want to take that risk. And that's not how I trade. If this two-leggy fails, reverses, then that answers that question. This two-legged or this trading range is still valid. But if it tries to fail and pushes down, then that answers that question. I think we're in a downtrend. Genuine breakdown. So let's see what happens. Let's see what the market gives us here. So we do have a breaker trend new low, and we're still within the trading range. Right, the trading range is still valid. In fact, we made a two-leggy on the 10,000 tick chart. Right, we're on the second leg up now, so it's just a two-legged pullback on the 10,000 tick chart. Even though it looks huge, we can bounce off here at the 240 SMA. 5-minute, not doing much. This is a first entry, and if you're eager to enter the downtrend, this is another entry you'll enter, right? This is the first entry pullback, right? Basically, it's just one-legged pullback. In our strong trends, Mac will say, take these, but it's like, how do you know if it's going to be a strong trend? That's $1 million question. Right? If you went short here, your stop loss would be one tick above here, and you might get stopped out. It's better to wait for the two-legged pullback. Two-leggy forming here, and so this is where you have to make your decision. Do you want to take the second entry short, or do you want to wait for a reversal to come back long because you see a break of trend to new low? And this is where trading gets tough. You got to choose one or the other here, right? We have a break of trend to new low. We're at the bottom trading range, most likely failed breakdown. And so even though we see a strong move down, are you thinking, okay, is this downtrend going to continue? It's just hard to say. It's just hard to say. I'm leaning towards now, since we're above the 20 MA, I'm leaning towards a failed second entry short. So this is setup looking for A, B, C, failed second entry short, looking to come back up. And I know it sounds incredible to think that we can come back to the top of this trading range, but on a trading range day, just like trends, you don't know when they're going to end. Right, the trend is your friend to the end. Trading range, same thing. The range is your friend till the end. Let's see if we get a fail second entry short here, and I'll look to go long just because we have a major trend reversal at the bottom of the trading range setup. And it might go on without me, exactly. It would go on without me. It does not give me my setup again. In fact, it just creates this one single bar, and that's all the market just knows. It just needs to, that's all it needs to know, and it just pushes up here. Absolutely incredible. Doesn't give me my setup again, and I just... Pandas! It's not giving me any of my setups. Why? Why me? Man. Now, do I want to hear? I don't. I don't even want to hear if it gives it to me. Just because we already basically happened here. No, Emmanuel says you gotta just take the risk. That's not. That is bad advice right there. See, all of that is hindsight, right? You know, saying something like you gotta just take the risk, that is purely advice you give with hindsight bias. Why didn't you tell me you gotta just take the risk right here? You only tell me after you see the outcome. But if you had told me just take the risk here, I think it's worth it, then you can say something else. But if you say it after you see it, you know, the hindsight, after you see the outcome, then it's invalid advice, let's just say. Any advice that happens with hindsight bias is almost all invalid, you know. I mean, of course, there's some things that, you know, you can gain from looking at charts and, you know, reviewing charts and stuff. But what I'm saying is, ultimately, if you cannot tell me that it's a good idea to enter now before any other information, then it's bad advice, in my opinion. See, this is why I didn't take it here. Because I know it happened here already because I was looking for it near the 20 MA. This is far away from 20 MA. And it happens here above the 20 MA. And it's not the trade I want. It actually creates a two-leggy here off the 20 MA now to go long. I actually don't mind that long trade here. I'll take a higher low setup if it gets it to me. Okay, trap trade. Are we still in a downtrend? Hard to say. I think we need to make a new attempt high, but we have a double top at yesterday's close, so that could be enough. I don't even know if I really like this long trade. It's a doji bar underneath the 20 MA. Right, going in and out of the 20 MA, not getting confusing. Big push up. Right, looking for that new high. Maybe a higher low setup, I may attempt it. A higher low setup here, I may be interested. Even though it's not a second entry long, and don't kill me for this, I may take a higher low setup. Now it's getting choppy, right? Overlapping bars. Higher low setup. Gone. No more higher low setup. Just pushing down now. Very hard to say what's going to happen here. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. Big push down. So typically you look for a new high here, but I don't know. We just bounced off. And maybe this was the attempt of the new high. Just never got it. We could have a break a trend to new low, so we could look also for a long trade now as well. Or this could be a break a trend to new low here and attempt to go up fails. Could be a downtrend. Very confusing right now. Right, this is what happens when you have all these overlapping bars near these key areas. Keeps making new lows. Very interesting. At a spot where you should look for a reversal, instead of pushing up higher, it's pushing lower. Almost confirming that this is a true breakdown here. Right? We should have reversed back up into our trading range. Instead, we're coming back down, maybe making a double bottom of some sort, or a breakdown to the low, and which is this red line here. And the daily chart, it will simply just be a pullback, right? The first pullback or first entry, really, but you know, it'd be a first entry short here. That's the dream setup to go long if you're looking for it. This trap trend, I mean, it's far away from 20 MA, but it looks like it wants to make a new low. Here's a low here. This pivot low. I don't know. It's very strange, just grinding down. Right? People coming in limit orders. Bear market strong. Right? The bears are stronger than the bulls. Keep knocking it down with limit orders. Again, gets knocked down with limit orders. Bulls are trying to buy with limit orders. So, it's confusing. Nasir asks, is it just me or the good setups getting less and less every day? It almost seems like it. It really almost seems like the market's just not giving us two leggies anymore. I used to find a lot, but now it's like very hard to find. Makes a new low, actually. Absolutely incredible. I mean, that's too far from 20 MA, but that is a setup. That is a fail second entry long. The setup, it's a setup bus, just too far away from 20 MA. Make a new low now. Seems like we want to keep going down. What's my downtrend look like is the question. Something like this. Don't know. Even if that is our trend, it's not very steep. It could cause, you know, big pullbacks if that's the case. Big push down here, and really no idea. No idea. No setups here, unfortunately. I'm missing something here. I'm definitely missing something here. Maybe it's this. I'm missing something. What a move. What a move. It's a small pullback bear trend. So what a move. Like almost straight down to yesterday's close. Or yesterday's low. Capture some of that price action there. I'm looking for a two-legged pullback to go short, pandas. I'm looking for a two-legged pullback to go short. I think we're in a downtrend. Give me my two-leggy. It might only be a first entry market, and the first entries might be the only thing making points. But I want my two-leggy here. I'm gonna be patient, especially if it comes back up to like the previous pivot low like that, and the 20 MA. It's a good spot. It's a good spot in my opinion. Two key areas right here. If we can get a pullback to it. We're not close to the 20 MA, which is unfortunate, which is what I want. I want to get closer to 20 MA before taking the short. It is a two-leggy though. It's a small two-leggy right now. See this blue dash line? Okay, we're coming back up to our key area. I feel like that's close enough, pandas. I think that's close enough. I could be wrong, but I think that's close enough. Attaching my order to this diamond here, the super signal. So the moment this candle finishes, it's gonna push up my order with it, so I don't miss a setup here. Hits it perfectly. I'm taking the short, second entry short. I almost want to take it with 2 contracts and maybe swing it. Let's take it with 2. Do not copy my trades. I'm gonna swing one of them. Terrible signal bar now. Ooh, this terrible signal bar. I'm gonna only go with 1 because the signal bar is terrible now. So I'm only going with 1 trade, one contract now. It's a micro triple top, and it's a terrible signal bar. So I like the area, I like the context we're in. I like the fact we're basically retesting this pivot low, coming off the 20 MA. It's just a terrible signal bar, but I like the setup. I like the context. Except it's just the signal bar is really bad here. I really like the context here. It might get me, but it's all good. I think it's worth the trade. That's one of the trades that I think are worth it. And if I lose it, I'm okay with it because I like the setup. And we'll take the hit. I'll gladly take the hit here. We take the hit here. I like the setup. It's all good. Again, the signal bar was terrible there, and it is what it is. I might enter short again here. It is a reversal, but the reversal is failing. I may attempt again to go short. Do not copy my trades, pandas. Do not copy my trades. I'm going to attempt again on this short trade because I see this reversal fails. It's currently failing. So I'm going to attempt again and do not copy my trades. Micro double top. I'm re-entering this trade. I lost it already, but I'm going to re-enter it because I still think the premise is good here, pandas. I still think the premise is good, and I'll lose it again if I have to, but I think the premise is good. The idea is we're trying to make a new low here. That's the idea, trying to make a new low. Maybe 2 times risk reward for those who are swing trading this. The 2 times risk reward here. I'm just happy with the new low here if I can get it. We do scalp out already. I can take away the risk by placing my order, my stop loss 1 tick, break even +1, but it stops me out. Oh, that stopped me out so quick. It might go my way now. No, don't go without me. Almost want to re-enter this. Lower high. No, I won't go with the order. I'll enter the lower high setup. Ooh, so if I that's why I put break in +1. I could have scalped out, but man, that's tricky. I really thought we'd try to make a new low there. So I want to swing trade that. And look at this. What is happening here? That's wonky. That's wonky. Strong breakout bar, and then it completely reverses off our trend line. Ooh, that's wonky. This is wonky. This is looking wonky here. Big risk now if you're going to take this short, and it's a first entry. I'm skipping this trade. But I took my risk off because just in case it does reverse like that, and I don't want to be part of that. But I could have scalped out, and you know that's the bad thing about not having a runner, right? I could have scalped out at least a little bit and then the runner could have, I could have just, see if my runner was gonna give me more. But since I only trade one contract in that spot, I didn't have the opportunity to do that. It's all good though, Panos. It's getting choppy here, right, going in and out of 20 MA. Very difficult to see what's gonna happen at this point. But I like that. I like the first trade. It's just I didn't like the signal bar, and the second trade obviously better because it gives you the scalp. If we had a good signal bar right there, I would say that's like a 10 out of 10 setup right there. Beautiful setup. It's getting choppy here, going sideways, right? Big up, big down. It's confused. We're underneath the 20 MA currently, so we have a downward bias. Also downtrend still. It's confusing now. It's almost impossible to go into a trade at this point. Even with a second entry short here, I don't know if I'd really take it. A, B, C, second entry short. I might want to take it because we're still underneath this pivot low, right? This pivot low was created, and we're like beneath it still. So if we get a setup to go short on it, I may still want to go short. It's, if we like basically we're like up here and we're like, having price action up here, then I'll probably, it's probably a different story. But the fact that we're still underneath this pivot low, right, with this dashed line makes me feel like, okay, we can still push down further. I think the market still wants to go down here because we're underneath it. I don't know, simple as it could be, maybe too simple. Maybe it's just too easy. But regardless, I need a setup here. I need a second entry short, which requires a pullback here. We can also have something like this, right? Break a trend to new high, right? This micro trend line. And we could be in a downtrend now, and I just need a setup to go short if I can get it. Some traders will be eager, and they will, this is an inside bar. They will have a stop order one tick below here. And those people say, you gotta just take the risk. This is the place where you'll do it, right? Because we're hitting this trend line, and we're one tick below here, inside bar, breakout mode, and you'll go short right there. I'm still patient. I'm gonna look for my setup. Do not copy my trades, pandas. Do not do it. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. One, two, three. Break a trend. New high. Is this a super micro trend? Like break a trend to new low? Is that what happened? We're still underneath this pivot low. But we're so choppy here. It's very hard to trade going in and out of 20 MA. And with that alone is a reason not to go short. But the chances are is that this will go down. Right? But now we're coming above this pivot. So who knows? Hard to say. I'm just gonna sit on my pause. I don't know really what's happening here, just because so many overlapping bars going in and out of 20 MA. This is typical where you don't trade. This is a no trade zone, and we'll just let it happen. Even if this does trigger down, and we're still underneath this pivot low, and I have a bearish bias, I'm gonna just let it happen. And there is a way to trade this, right? You can bank, you can bet on the breakdown. Right, go short here, have a stop loss up here, and then hopefully have a big push down, making it worth this risk reward. But the probability is low because we're going so sideways. So there is a setup you can do. There is a trade management you can do for it right there. And yeah, so I'm just sitting on my pause though. I'm curious where it stopped me out. Let me see. It does stop me out that one tick below. I could have scalped out, but I wanted that swing down to the new low here. It just seemed like it really wanted to do it. Big push up now. This is why you wait. This is why you wait. and we can have a failed breakdown or a failed breakout, comes back into our trading range. It can do that. But notice how we have a strong bull bar ending on its high with follow through. People will be always in long right after this bar. People will just buy here. Even this reverses strongly, they'll buy again at the bottom here, seeing that there was follow through on this breakout, saying I don't care, I'm gonna just buy. Even this strong push down, see, you saw how it reversed right there. People just bought the close because we're always in long at this point. So this is why that price action just happened exactly how I mentioned. You know, even when they see a strong bear bar, they'll just buy it because they see this strong bull bar ending as high and follow through. They're thinking this is a true breakout, and they'll buy anything. They'll buy this, they'll buy the close of this, and coming out break even. If they buy here, they'll come out break even right here, or you know, they'll hold on to the swing. This is always in long setup. I don't think this is going to go very high, to be honest. I think we're going to reverse. Call me crazy. L4 setup. Amazingly, the 10,000 tick chart trading range is still valid. It's still forming here. So the trading range indicator still thinks that there's a potential to come back into the trading range. Just because even though we have a breakdown like this, it wasn't actually strong enough to break the trading range. Absolutely incredible. This is a two-leggy on the 5-minute chart. That's all that has happened so far. It's a big two-legged move, A, B, C, and the trading range is still active on the 5-minute as well. To me, this looks like a first break of this trend line here, making me think we're looking for a new low still. I'm going to look for a reversal setup if we get it. And the reversal setup, everyone knows, failed second entry long, if we can get that. Or simply a second entry short on these higher time frames, right? The 10,000 tick chart. It's a two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA currently forming. First pullback, first entry, second pullback, second entry. Potential L4 setup here. Getting choppy up here. Give me a fail second entry long. I'd be interested. Pandas. We are currently at 69 likes, and I'm gonna stop myself from being in the 7th grade, and I won't make a joke about it. I won't even think about it. What joke? But I would much appreciate it if you guys scalp that like button. I'm gonna resist. I'm gonna resist being 12 years old. Gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's a two-leggy here to go long. It's very tight two-legged pullback. And it could be a fail second entry long here. I don't know. That'd be very crazy. It's basically a one tick. I don't know. That's crazy. Absolutely incredible. Coming back into this trading range on the 10,000 tick chart. Actually taps beneath it actually perfectly. Huh. Guys, we went from 69 likes to 97 likes. You know, this is why I asked you guys to scalp that like button. Because we literally, you know, 50% more likes just by asking. Simply just asking. I do appreciate it. It does help so much. Evelyn Gonzalez coming in hot. Today is like a rare Pokemon. Such a cool trading range day. Let's go, baby. Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool to have a trading range. It just makes trading just so miserable, though. If you look in the higher time frame, at this point, we're above the 20 MA. And you're almost thinking, you know, break of trend to new low and maybe reversal back to the top of the trading range. And if that happens, pandas, let's just say if that happens, then you are obliged to buy the trading range indicator. You are obliged. You have to. You have not, because you asked not. Evelyn says, I don't know, for me, it makes the scalps easier when there's a clear range to trade in. All right. You know, every trader's different. Every trader's different. I just want to see a little green today if possible. I'm down 1250. So it is what it is, but DX, sorry, I'm getting rid of your only lover. I want to do one more trade, but we are currently grinding, right? We came from a absolute chop to breakout. Now, basically spiking channel, but look at this channel. Look at this. This is disgusting. It's like a slug. It's just hard to trade. You got to come with limit orders near the bottom and sell near the top, right? When you go break above, you sell it. So both bulls and bears are making money here, but they're limit order bulls and bears, which if you're good enough, you know, I think it's definitely advanced because you have to learn how to manage your trade, because if it goes against you, you don't have a real clear way to stop, you know, to come out. But yeah, I mean, it's just, if you manage your trade well, you can definitely take advantage of this super slow move up. I think it's incredible. We're back in the trading range on the 10,000 tick chart, and we just triggered a second entry short on the 10,000 tick above the 20 MA with a bad signal bar. If we reverse here and we come back to the top of the trading range, I mean, what can I say? What can I say?
10,000 tick trap.
I almost want to see it hit the top of the trading range again, just because of how I just want to just let everyone know just how crazy the market can be. The market can truly do whatever it wants. And if that happens, wow, 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 wow. You believe it or not, this is a two-leggy forming here. A, B, C, inside bar. Could lead to reversal. As a fail second entry long. So slow though. The price action is not good enough for me to trade, but that is what is forming here at the moment. $10K tick trap in what direction? If you look at the 10,000 tick chart, you can see that there is a trap trade on the long side. So it's a fail second entry short potentially here, and it might reverse and come back to the top of the trade range. It may do that. Pushing pretty strongly down, but basically it hits a 20 EMA. Should I go long here, pandas? I was thinking of a fail second entry long here to go short. That's my original plan, was that. But now we're bouncing off the 20 EMA like that, and we're above it like this. Hard for me to go short here. I don't know. It's a long trade. It's a second entry long. It is. A, B, C. Second entry long. Does reverse here potentially. It's a higher low, right? People coming limit orders there. Another attempt to long. I don't know. I'm just sitting on my pause. Dino asks, do I base my trades from 10K to K? Sometimes. Sometimes I like to trade the 10K chart if the risk makes sense. But oftentimes on the 10K chart, you get a better picture of the bigger picture. So you get a better idea of the bigger picture. And so let's say like you don't know if you're an uptrend or downtrend. Oftentimes if you go to the 10K chart, you'll realize like you're still underneath the 20 EMA. So you're like, okay, well it's not clear on the 2K chart, but we're still in a downtrend. You know, you'll get little information like that using the 10K. And we may get a trap trade on a 10,000 tick chart, pandas. Like if we trigger above here, then we'll get a trap and it will trigger and potentially come back to the top of the trading range, which would be absolutely insane. And I would love to see it just because I love to see the crazy things that this market can do.
$10,000 tick trap.
I'll put a quick poll up for you guys. 10,000 tick trap. See how well you guys are doing today. We'll wrap it up around 11. Actually, the trap triggers on 10,000 tick chart with the outside bar reversal. Absolutely incredible. Potential trap trade on 10,000 tick chart. I almost went long on this higher low setup just because it will trigger the trap on 10,000 tick chart, and that's usually a pretty strong move. It just looks so choppy here on the 2,000 tick. It's hard for me to take any trade right now. We do trigger the trap. The trap is triggered on 10,000 tick chart. This could potentially mean we come back up to the top of the trading range. I mean, with a trap trade like that, it can happen. It can really happen. I mean, traps on a 10,000 tick chart are, it's not something you should ignore. It's just on the 2,000 tick chart, it's just not tradable price action. It's just completely almost every single bar is overlapping. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4 overlapping bars already. Right, all of this is overlapping, even though it's going upwards, still completely overlapping each other. No gaps whatsoever. So you want big moves like this. If you want trend, you want moves like this where there's not much overlap. Inside bar, absolutely, just market's so confused. It seems like it wants to go higher, right? And this, I'm gathering that information because of 10,000 tick chart, we're above the 20 MA, plus we triggered a trap. So this is why I have a long bias. Also, we're clearly above the 20 MA on the 2,000 tick chart. It's just very choppy, so at any moment this can reverse and really, have a strong reversal. It can do that actually. Decent push up. Still not tradable though, unfortunately. I'm trying to see if it's creating some sort of two-tier channel here. I can't trade this. I simply cannot. And you might be upset saying, why is this panda not doing anything? I am doing something. And what I'm doing is I'm purposely not trading. I recognize that this is confusing. And if the market's confused, I'm confused. Pushing up higher. The trap on the 10,000 tick chart is looking beautiful at this moment. And we might come back to the top of the trading range. I mean, we're about 15 points away. Might come back to the top. Who knows? It could be possible. And if it does that, then it's like I'm expecting at least 100 people to purchase the trading range indicator, because the trading range indicator is marked perfectly on the 10,000 tick chart. Is the 5-minute chart still there? Even the 5-minute chart still has a trading range still. And the 5-minute chart, the funny thing about the 5-minute chart is literally just a two-legged pullback. Two-legged pullback, goes back up. This is one leg so far on the 5-minute chart. It's absolutely disgusting. It's just a wonder. I'm just watching this on the 10,000 tick chart just come back to the top of the trading range at this point. Absolutely incredible. Frank Angelo asks, does a trading range indicator have a 50%? No, it does not. You know, you would think the trading range would have broken, but the trading range indicator knows better than I do. I thought we were a serious downtrend, but the trading range indicator says, hold up, we're still here. If it actually was a successful breakdown, then the trading range indicator will stop developing. But you can see that continue to develop, saying that we still haven't met the conditions of a breakdown. And yeah, that's where we are. Coming back up to the top of the trading range. I can't believe it. Dylan asked, why didn't I take the 10K trap? Simply because the risk is huge. I mean, the risk is like, you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 point risk. And, you know, honestly, it was a good setup because you basically have a major trend reversal on the 10,000 tick chart, break a trend to new low plus, right, 20, you know, fail second entry short, and a nice reversal trade at the bottom of the trading range. Also, 20 above the 20 MA and above the 240 SMA. And so you have a lot of things going for you, and if you took it, then you know, kudos for you. It's just, for me, usually it's a little too much risk, especially on stream. Feels like extra short here, but too far away from 20 MA. I almost want to stick around to see if we're going to hit the top of this trading range, and that's almost all I want to do. The reason why I found any trades, because if you look at this price action, it's absolutely terrible. You know, you cannot trade this price action. This price action is saying the market's confused. It is going up now, so the market, you know, basically decided where to go. But at this time when I was looking at it, very confusing, very confusing. Just no real setups for me. Frank Angel asks, do you feel your TR is a S&D indicator? No, it's not. It's not. S&D is very different. I can probably make an S&D indicator, which I might, because it seems like a lot of people are into supply and demand type strategies, and so I may look into it, because I know supply and demand. If you can trade it well, you're basically almost doing the opposite of this. You don't scalp those trades, right? Supply and demand, what you want is big swings. And so I may make an indicator for supply and demand to do some big swing trading, but probably better off at this moment just to do it manually. But you know, if I were to make an indicator of that, it probably wouldn't be that difficult. Very curious to see what's going to happen here. See, this is why you don't take this trap, because it's far away from 20 MA and it doesn't give you your scalp, really. Lance Gone asks, how much RAM is ideal for trading? It's a good question. I think NinjaTrader has some minimum requirements. Obviously, the thing about NinjaTrader is actually pretty heavy application. So, you know, I almost need like I wouldn't say you need like a gaming computer, but I think a lot of people, what they're doing, which is pretty cool, is they are trading through a VPS. So they're trading remotely. They're obviously heavily dependent on a internet connection, but you know, they don't have to really worry about you know, how strong their computer is. You know, you can trade on the you know, any computer that can basically run a web browser. Absolutely incredible, pandas. If we come back to the top of this trading range, I'm expecting basically all 200 of you to purchase this trading range indicator, but this is what's happening here. Look at this. Just so many bull bars in a row. It looks like it wants to make a straight shot up to it. It's absolutely incredible. Snapperhead says, but you didn't make any money at the trade range. It's true, I didn't. I would have, but the risk was too big for me. A lot of traders who can take this risk of this bar here and can trade this reversal, you know, feel free to do it. I cannot trade that kind of risk with my accounts right now. That risk is too large. All right, Pandas. You know what? That's it for today. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, and 9 o'clock for the pre-market show, 9:15 for the main stream. And I hope to see all you guys there. Thanks for joining. It's always a pleasure to trade with everyone here. I love this community, and yeah, you guys are awesome. So, as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.